Hi, my name is Chase Aaron, and you're watching Disney Channel. Dun 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 dun.
Welcome to the Creative Hills podcast, everybody. I'm out here with my boy, the one and only Chase Aaron.
Yeah, what's good? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey, look at that. Sound effects.
That's fire.
Hey.
Wow, that sounds really great.
Right off the bat, I want to thank you for opening your doors up to me, like right when I got to LA. Like literally, I think I came over here like maybe my second day in LA, bro. Like literally my second day. And I just remember yeah, just you introducing me to, actually, no, there was no one here the first time, but I just remember you being very open with me. And like, I admire the transparency that you had with me from the beginning, and that you played me a bunch of dope music that is on the way. Like if you guys could only imagine like all these fire songs that are about to come out. And like, I'm genuinely a big fan, bro. I admire and I like your music, bro. I really do. I genuinely do.
That makes me really happy to hear. I really appreciate that. I spend a lot of time, shaping this music. I can't say this sound because, like, as you heard, there's so many sounds.
Yeah.
Like, there's no sound. It's just kind of like a stamped feeling, but it just means a lot to me that you appreciate it.
Yeah, bro. And like I said, thank you for opening up with me and sharing a lot. Honestly, you shared some of the stories behind songs and a lot of different details. And you might actually be like one of the first people that I met since it was the second day here in LA. But yeah, I admire everything. You introduced me to your boys and everybody here. And so I appreciate you for that. And then also the irony is, like, I remember I was with you the day before my birthday, and right now, today, is the day before your birthday.
Wow.
What are the odds?
Full circle. It's amazing.
Full circle. And I think did I even hit this? But full circle. But I think it's crazy how everything works out. Your birthday's coming up in 3 hours. How do you feel right now?
Oh, man. It's amazing. Like, there's a whirlwind of emotion and feelings and like celestial like downloads happening.
Yeah.
I feel really excited and really, really powerful, and it's extremely overwhelming.
I feel that. To paint a better picture for everybody, like, this guy, he plays guitar, he produces, he sings, he writes. He's a jack of all trades over here. He designed this whole room. Like look at the layout of this place. Like, it's a dope little setup,
Yeah, and
it shows that you truly care about the art,
I try. Like, now I try. I was finally something like lit a fire under my ass, and I was able to get this shit up here just in time to do this.
Just in time.
Yeah.
I like it. I remember, so one of the things I want to talk about right off the bat is that the thing that amazed me is like how many songs you have just ready to drop. And like also the thing that I admire is like the patience, because I know that probably part of you deep down wants to release it, but you also want to release it right. And you told me straight up from like you played me an EP and you were like, I want to put this out, but like not until you painted me a whole picture of these visuals and like this whole concept. And I thought that was so dope. And I'm just like, damn, this guy knows he has dope stuff and he likes it so much that he's willing to wait, not necessarily because like, for reasons of not being good or whatever. It's literally just because you want to do it right. You want to do it with these dope visuals, and you want to, its value. Therefore, you don't want to just put it out and like have everything go over everybody's head,
Yeah. I mean, it's always like the thing has always been quality over quantity for me. There was a period where it was both at the same time, where I was doing like great, in my opinion, great music at at a great rate, but that shit caused me a burnout. So I'm back to quality over quantity. And yeah, like I mean, as you can see, like I have a quantity of records ready, you know, but like
Yeah.
that's over time. That's just me developing like a
proper game plan and everything.
yeah. And now like I have kind of a system where I once I know what the feeling is, I can go in and, you know, like I can get it, I go in and get it done.
Yeah, definitely. And I like that you're being strategic. Like overall, like now, especially nowadays, like you can have the dopest music ever, but if nobody hears that shit, it's like, what's like, it won't get you to where you want to go, unfortunately. And it's like, you really want to be a big artist and you want to be, you don't want to just be no SoundCloud rapper. Like those days are over. Like,
yeah, right.
Like you're trying to take it to another whole nother level, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know, like there was a time when I'm really, I believe in competition in music. I do, and I believe that it makes for better artists.
Whose neck are you coming for?
I'm not necessarily coming for any specific necks. I'm more just like setting a standard, and I'm known to set standards in ways that kind of make people uncomfortable. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what that is about me, but I do that, and yeah, it usually ends up working out in my favor because I enjoy the sport of.
You enjoy playing the game.
Yeah, I enjoy being like I kind of said it on my story before. I hope it didn't rub anyone wrong, but I enjoy being better than niggas. So that's like
talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit.
Like I appreciate like being able to exercise other abilities that I may not necessarily get to showcase unless I'm competing.
Got you. Yeah, you got to raise the bar. At the same time, it raises the bar for everybody around you. Like everybody's scared to shine, and it's like you shouldn't be. Like if you can outshine everybody, do it, and then they're forced to. If they want to catch up or not, that's up to them. You know, like even like from the first stuff, like I remember like you playing me a lot of stuff, and like right off the bat, I was like, damn, this guy, all right. Like you already put my mind in a whole nother perspective. All right, like this guy's in the space. Like he's here to compete. Like he's here to really make a name for himself. And just hearing already what you have out, I was like, damn, all right. Like if I want to take shit seriously, then like I really gotta fucking start like knocking out these records, because like the amount you have is really like insane, bro. Insane.
Yeah, man. I'm like ready. I'm out here.
You out here.
I'm out here.
All right, bro. So I know you're also in a band. You make your own individual music, but you're also in a band.
Yeah.
Where did that start, and how long has that been going on for?
It started in officially, let's say January 2019, 18. I don't know, bro. One of those.
one of those years.
Of those. It started some time ago, and it's ongoing. It is sort of becoming a mythological. Yeah, I kind of fuck with it. Like I kind of really like that. Like people are like, "Yo, what's going on with surrender?"
And then I like the spelling of it too. Like you're so like you must have really fucked with that name if you got it tatted on your neck, bro.
Yeah. It's kind of like a lineage of meanings. It stems from a dream that my mom had about an ego death experience for me, where she kind of saw me kill myself, but not myself.
It was your ego?
Yeah, that's the whole thing that I kind of want to save the details for to like do something cool with later.
Okay, I dig that. Yeah. It's called. But earlier today, you were telling me that your first instrument was what was it again? The clarinet?
Yeah.
Clarinet. So that was your first taste ever at music?
That was my first, like, okay, when I say like my first instrument, I'll say like my first classical That's my first like thing where I got to like structurally do something with music.
Gotcha.
You know? Yeah.
You're like in band or what?
No, I just was in elementary school. There was a music teacher. Well, I guess it was a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a band.
It's dope. And then from there, you just picked up guitar, you picked up keys, like.
Yeah, what happened after that? I was like singing for a while, but I was going through puberty and like voice changes and shit. So like it was a struggle.
Did your voice get deep right away? Like your voice is pretty deep now. Like my voice still gotta get a little deeper, honestly.
Nah, yeah, it was a problem all the way up through to I want to say like my sophomore year, my junior year of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I couldn't figure out my registers. Like there was a period where I could only sing low notes in choir.
Yeah.
And like all the kids would laugh at me in choir. And then,
So your voice been deep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But like when I was a kid and I was singing, you know, it was like higher, obviously.
Yeah.
You know? Everyone's like, oh, that's cute. Like,
But then you got older and it was like,
yeah, it's not so cute anymore.
Yeah.
And then, so like it took some time to develop, but like once I got comfortable with it, got some confidence, you know, started sliding on some tracks, and yeah, here we are.
Here we are making hits only, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
He said, "Yeah."
I'm artsy, so you know.
How would you describe your music, bro? It's like so like lyric. No, honestly, bro. Like lyrically, bro. Like I think it has like a deeper meaning. Like some people can take it not deep, and some people can take it like the deepest shit ever. Depends on the mood and like just how you're feeling at the moment. Honestly.
No, yeah. I think some people might take my music a little too serious, and then I think I may take my music a little too serious as well. And essentially, it is just therapeutic and really eccentric. You don't know what the fuck is like what you're gonna get. I don't know what I'm gonna get when I'm making it. So that's kind of like the energy I want to give off. It's like this is a whole journey for all of us. You know, it's not like me making something and going here. It's like, hey guys, I think this is done, and this is everything I can do for it. So check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Like one of my, I think I told you, like one of my favorite songs from you, or probably my favorite song at the moment, is Finn. And my bad, I'm lying. It was not Finn. I'm forgetting the names right now. The one where you're follow the feeling, you know? Limbo. There you go. Limbo. Yeah. You made a whole shirt about it. And yeah. No, yeah. Limbo. But that's honestly like that. I don't know. I just really love that wording that you have there. I follow the feeling I get when I don't know what's next. And that particular time when I heard that, like I was personally going through that myself of like enjoying the unknown and really tapping into that, because I feel like as of late, like my whole experience out here, like moving to LA, like in the middle of a fucking pandemic, like I moved out here like not knowing what the fuck was gonna go on. Like I had a clear goal in mind of like, all right, like I really want to like take this music shit to another level and really focus on it, from songwriting into my own music to all these different avenues. And I'm like, all right, if I'm gonna do this, like I gotta take it serious. I gotta fucking go all in. And like the moment I started tapping into the unknown, like I didn't know what the fuck my life was gonna be here. I didn't know I'd meet you. I didn't know I'd meet all these other cool people, you know? And it's like there's really no fucking way to know. Like the only thing we can predict is what's already happened. Yeah. So it's like every time we want, like we're so scared about the uncertain things that like we avoid it. But in all honesty, like that's where everything we want lies, in the unknown.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Following that feeling.
Exactly. That gets it.
No, yeah, but yeah.
Exactly. Preach. Church.
No, yeah. No, honestly, like for you so far, like what's probably been like the song that has the most meaning for you at this point?
Oh man. Damn, I don't think about this. They all really, really like
Do you get emotional when you listen to them at times?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all the time. In fact, just yesterday, I was listening to my album that I will not say the name of yet. um, and it saved me. Like I needed it in that moment to stay present, to be here.
Do you feel like a lot of your music is almost like a self-note reminder?
There's a theory I have on my music being both a therapeutic thing, a self reminder, and also a curse, because it seems like when I go back to listen to certain things, there are things that I missed in what I was saying that were like the answer to like, yeah. So it's just like, dude, if you would have just stopped bitching for a second, you would have heard, yeah. But I also think that's like one of the beautiful things about my music is like it's so introspective that you will go back to it later and the answer to something will be right there.
So for all you guys watching, like if you guys are going through it, just go ahead, go on Spotify right now, type in Chase Aaron and play any song and you'll find the answer to your current question. All right.
I am not responsible for anything.
So I want to get a little bit more serious now. Like I know you said you grew up out here in like the LA area. Like what was it like growing up out here? Like
I grew up in the Inland Empire.
Inland Empire. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Nah, because you know, LA has this running thing for some odd reason where they like to think that people in the Inland Empire want to be from Los Angeles. And I need it to be very clear that I do not. Chase Aaron Johnson does not want to be from Los Angeles. I was raised in the Inland Empire. And it is also very dangerous in the Inland Empire, in the area where I was raised.
Yeah.
I came up in San Bernardino, and then my mom got a good job, and we moved to Moreno Valley, where people were running from LA and moving to and bringing their drama and bullshit with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Another reason why I asked that also is because honestly, since I've been in LA, like, or at least I remember the first month at least in LA, like I was very oblivious to a lot of things. Not necessarily of like not knowing like all this violence and certain like not to get caught up in the like get caught off guard, you know? And like I was pretty aware of it. Like I'm always cautious, but like I just didn't really think about it. Like in the last few years, like honestly, like I had it good in Vegas. Like I was living in like Henderson, which is like the suburbs of Vegas and shit. I remember like when I was younger, like I was raised in like Oxnard, California, which is like definitely way more like kind of like some people consider it the ghetto or whatever, or for that area at least. And like it's just like I forgot what that feels like or what that looks like. And I just remember like being like, oh shit, like all this shit. I don't know. For me, it just had been so long that I was just kind of unaware of how you really got to watch your back out here. It's like you just never fucking know. Like there's unfortunately like shit happening. Like yeah, honestly, man, being real. I mean,
it's sort of a thing where we're kind of conditioned to be that way, you know, like me personally, like I was just kind of conditioned to always like look over my shoulder, watch my back, look at my surroundings, check the doors, like see who that is, like get names. Like it's sort of embedded in me, but at the same time, it's not really something that I want to continue to push.
Yeah,
know?
Definitely. Like that's one of the things that I right off the bat like saw from you and your boys is like how you guys are definitely moving in the right direction of like you guys were totally against it. And like I remember of like all that stuff, and I just remember like I think we were walking, we went to like a liquor store or something, and then you're just like, oh, like there were some people just like rolling dice and shit. And then like you're just like, I remember like some kind of, I don't remember exact words, but something of like he's just a product of his environment, like there's nothing he could do. Like, and it's just like it was like is whether it was funny at the time or like serious, like at the end of the day, that's just what it is. It's like that's the reality. What do you think kept you personally? Like, what do you think kept you different or kept you in the right headspace to be able to be like, okay, like I could actually do shit with music, or like I could do shit if I focus on this, I can avoid all of the drama, all that nonsense, you know?
Well, see, my thing is like, and this is like a new occurrence for me. I wasn't always in this headspace, but my thing is like, maybe that's where they like some people have certain callings, you know, and we kind of as people we always get caught up in the idea that everyone has to strive for a certain like pinnacle, you know, like everyone has to hit a certain peak, you know, and I'm sort of starting to come to terms with the idea that everybody's pinnacle isn't the same pinnacle.
Yeah, like success varies depending on person to person.
Yeah, some people aren't looking for success. Some people are bridges for other people's success.
That's true. That's facts.
Some people
some people literally just want to go home every day, just go play video games, and like they're cool with it. Like that's just simply what it is. Like they're happy as much as people want to tell them or look at that down on them. It's like at the end of it, that's their meaning of happiness. Exactly. It's just not yours.
And some people are storytellers too. Yeah. Like some people still have to be there on the corner to be able to tell the story of the person who got out, or, you know, like whatever. You know? So like maybe, and this is like back to what you were saying about the dudes who was like shooting dice or whatever like that. Yeah. Like that conversation that I was having with him was like sort of sketchy. Like obviously, like it's a sketchy conversation because we don't know this man and he's obviously like whacked out of his mind, you know. But like, it was comfortable for me because like I knew he had a story on that block, you know. Like I knew people knew him.
Got you.
You know.
Yeah.
So I was like, he wasn't just some like estranged like weirdo, and like nothing really kept me from being that. I just think I was able to like I think that like I have a eclectic family, you know, who's kind of always been eclectic all the way up to my grandparents on both sides.
Yeah.
Like they've always been tapped into Hollywood, or like my grandma used to groom people's dogs. Like different actors' dogs and stuff like that, and she used to book people for like the clubs and stuff to perform. Found out from my mom, like, I found out from my mom that my grandma was actually booking my grandfather on my father's side to play a club with B.B. King and like a bunch of other like blues artists.
Okay,
at the time.
So you come from a musical background or musical family?
Yeah, I mean it's so weird because like it's because like let me like if given my experience what it looked like for me, I didn't know. Like I didn't know that.
Like you didn't find out till later on.
Yeah,
I get you.
I didn't know everybody was like musically like there. I knew my mom could sing her ass off.
Yeah.
I knew that my stepfather could play instruments. I knew that my dad was like a dancer, but like I had never met him, so I didn't, didn't really see or experience that. But yeah.
So you think part of it was it running? It was just happened to be running through your blood.
Yeah. I believe that's a thing. I kind of feel like sometimes that diminishes the like value of the 10,000 hours, but like
because definitely like I could tell like from the moment like I remember you producing something and like you produce things pretty quickly like everything's done really fast, and I just remember like you really getting down on the keys. Like I knew you played guitar, but then when I saw you get down on the keys, I was like, oh okay. I was like, all right, I see what you're capable of now. All right then.
Yeah, it's so crazy because like guitar is literally the newest thing for me. Piano is like really where I got to expand my musicianship. Yeah. Like it really opened up my voicings and everything. Like made me able to do different harmonies and cool shit like that. Yeah.
So overall, like nowadays, I know you've managed to have a good amount of things going on, and I like the way your career is starting to push. Right now, it's everyone's career, most people's career is on hold because of the whole pandemic, as you might have heard of. But but no, yeah, but so far, like, what can you say, or what would you say is like one of the proudest achievements so far in your career,
Oh man.
in this musical journey?
There's a couple things. Actually, yeah, no, there's a couple things. um having my first television placement be a black television show,
What was it? Blackish, Grownish,
Grownish.
Grownish.
That was huge for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is having a debut single break 100,000 streams with Surrender. And I think we did that in like 3 months or some shit. It was like a really short period of time. Like we hadn't even been out a year, and that was really awesome.
He gave you that confirmation of like, damn, maybe we might be on the right path. We might be onto something. Like this might have been the move.
Yeah, exactly.
How soon into the band did you get the tattoo?
Before the band.
Before the band. So you think? So did you have the name before the band was even made?
Yeah. So the name was the name of an album I was working on when I met Lovesky, and she actually is the one. Like she got me this tattoo as a birthday gift. So it's like really, really special.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Lovesky's the other bandmate as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Shout out Lovesky.
But no, yeah, I think what you're doing as a solo artist and as a band, like, I feel like it's only the start. It's only the start, bro.
Yeah, people have no fucking clue. And you know what's really cool is that like I was saying, like with this whole mythology thing, like as this thing kind of just goes on, we're both kind of finding so many different elements of our artistry, you know. And I feel like whenever we decide to put out whatever we have sitting in our vault, like the level of I'm gonna just stop. I'm gonna just stop. Like I could gas, but like you'll see.
You'll see.
You'll see.
Going back to me saying that you've been open with me since day one, I remember one of the things that you told me early on was like you opened up to me about like being bipolar, and you were like I feel like I can trust you right now. And slowly but surely in the last few weeks you've been opening up to everybody about it. You've been opening up about it on social media. Was that hard for you to do?
Yeah, it was because I mean, you know, there's a stigma, one.
Yeah.
And two, I'm becoming more educated about it now, but I wasn't entirely educated on it initially. And so I didn't want to speak out and then face the whirlpool and the world of judgmental fucks that know nothing about everything.
Yeah, because I think I could be wrong, but I think you said that you didn't even know you had it. Like you thought there was something, or maybe there were some things that were there, but you didn't have a name for it at the time.
Yeah. We just thought I was an angry motherfucker. To be real with you, like we just thought I was just like I was just a snappy kid, like, and I come to find out that like I've been bipolar for over 20 years, and you know nobody was doing anything about it because nobody knew anything about it.
Nobody knew. What led to you eventually just finding out now, recently?
A long string of painful decisions and regrets and relationships with people that I genuinely wanted to have in my life. Partnered with, partnered with my just getting sick of myself and just being like, you know what, dude, like you're not a piece of shit, even though you feel like a piece of shit, you know. So like, maybe there's something wrong with you. Because, you know, every time, you know, like when things go wrong and like you're hard on yourself.
Yeah.
And you say that thing, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong
with me? Like,
you're just looking at your hands.
Like, nobody ever really considers the actual word, like question.
Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of times we don't take the time to self-reflect on ourselves. And like especially like, I guess, well, I mean, I'll phrase it better, but I guess like a lot of people, for example, me, like I know me personally speaking, like as a person of color, like a Mexican kid, like I could tell you like less than the amount of fingers on my fingers I've been to like the doctors and like the past few years for checkups. So like I could have shit wrong with me for all I know, you know. I didn't grow up with that kind of. No, I don't want to say luxury, but like I guess I did. I just didn't. No one ever really thought to like, all right, let's go get this guy checked up, you know. And it's like I imagine in a lot of households, like there's so many kids that like they probably have things they're going through, but like no one really takes the time to check up, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, like I'm not like one of the. I'm fortunate. Like I have a family that's very vocal. We're very communicative.
Yeah.
I'm just.
But even then, I think it's like uncommon or like no one expects to be like, oh yeah, let me go check if my son has a certain condition. Yeah. Like for all they know, like we assume, oh, this person's just mad. This person's just really sad. He's just really an emotional guy.
Yeah, like they just going through a lot. Like,
yeah, it's just assumptions.
And then, you know, when it's family, and this is something that I came to understand when I broke. I don't like to say that, so let me rephrase that. when I shared my news with my family that, you know, no one's ever going to really think that about their family member.
Yeah.
You know, that's a hard thing to conceptualize for someone that you've known your entire life. And
definitely.
Just, you know, and even though it makes sense, even if you like put everything into that scope and you look at it within that frame, it's like, oh God, duh,
yeah.
You know, and like once me and my family got to that point,
yeah,
everything is just beautiful.
That's good.
Yeah,
glad to hear that, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Glad to hear that honesty. And like, yeah, like a few days ago, I think, or you happen to have a wristband you got up here.
Yeah. Well, I won't take it down.
You want to grab it? Or?
Nah, it's kind of far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
it's up there though.
Yeah.
You could see it on my Instagram. You'll see it somewhere again at some point.
But what's the story behind that, bro?
So the date was December 3rd. So I checked into a psych ward on that day.
Mm-hmm.
If you know anything about me, you know that I go to extremes to get things done because for some odd reason, and I was thinking about this today, if I don't, it won't get done. Like if I beat around the bush, if I try to play it nice, this shit won't happen, you know? Like I've been trying to get medication, I've been trying to get therapy, I've been trying to get help for a while now, ever since I found out that I was bipolar. And I couldn't really put it off on anyone else that I wasn't, you know, doing what I needed to do to get where I needed to go. Like get treatment, get help, get support.
Yeah.
And I was spiraling, and people around me were seeing the result of it. They were taking the hits.
Yeah.
And I started to get scared, man. Like I started to get worried that I was gonna lose everything that I was acquiring so quickly, and I just fortunately I have someone in my corner that like really cares about me, like really fucking cares about me, you know.
Yeah. That's dope.
And she took me to the hospital. She stayed with me and she made sure that I got checked in and she made sure that everything got taken care of and I got everything I needed. The stigma also on psych wards and mental facilities, we need to, like, something needs to happen there, man. Like,
Yeah.
I tell people I was in there and like you
They picture you in a straight They picture you in a straight jacket, like just completely
man.
jumping all over the place.
Yeah, you guys, people go there when they don't feel safe.
Mm.
That's what it is.
If you don't mind talking about it briefly, can you describe what it was actually like for you in there?
Scary, comforting. Scary because like you know, you go your whole life watching movies and seeing shit like, and you never think for a second, damn, I'm gonna be in that place one day.
And then you start to believe a little bit of that stigma as well.
Yeah.
Yourself from that fear, you're like, go wait, am I that crazy person? Am I
Exactly.
this? Right?
Yeah, and then you run yourself into a manic episode because you think you're some psychotic fuck and you're not. You're just a person with issues and you don't know how to deal with them and you don't feel safe within yourself to deal with them on your own.
Yeah.
You know, so you go to a place where they take care of all that for you. They help you find coping skills that you may not have had. They get you medication that may help you to, you know, balance out some of those emotional sensations that you may feel and not know how to express or explain or, you know, deal with. And that's what they did for me, you know. And they gave me community as well.
Other like people that were going through similar things, right?
Yeah, I was in there with paranoid schizophrenics. I was in there with alcoholics. I was in there with other bipolar men. I was in there with a wide array of different issues for different people. And yeah, man, it was just like the openness was amazing.
You feel like you were able to share your story and people were able to understand.
Absolutely. The first place I've ever felt like I could say everything and somebody go, yeah. The first place ever.
Yeah.
And we talk about it, you know, like, and it's not like, I'm not like saying like we was in there like AA meeting, like in a circle, like that they had like groups like that, but like,
Yeah.
nah, sometimes it would just be like in passing, like on some funny shit. Like I'm in there with the homie, with the homie from Half Baked. Like I can't, I'm gonna, you know, keep his identity under lock, but I'm in there with him. Like we talking about, we goofing off, we clowning. He's a comedian. Like he's really funny, you know. So like we make fun of the situation.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful, man.
Yeah, just being able to talk about it and make sense of it, and as serious as it is, also make light of it. You know, of just dealing with the reality of what is, and it's like,
yeah. I mean, it was. I'm saying this now, like I've had time to reflect on it now and really process it, but it was definitely, and like there was a teeter-totter of, like you said, like the stigma, me battling the stigma. Like I had a roommate in there that I don't know, like nobody really knew what the guy was gonna do, you know? And so like he's sleeping next to me and shit.
gotcha. Yeah.
And so like I'm still in that mode of like, okay, they coming in here and sticking needles in this dude to keep him where he's at, right?
Yeah.
And he's sleeping next to me.
Yeah, what does that say about me?
Yeah, what's that say about me? What's that say about my safety in here still?
Yeah.
So I'm still like going back and forth between like, you know, like that headspace.
Gotcha.
But like being able to, being able to go there, being able to be safe, being able to have the option to say, okay, I'm going to decide today to be present, to get out of this what I came to get.
I love that, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so we just had a little confetti war in here.
Hell yeah, that was wild.
But so earlier you mentioned your name, Aaron.
Yeah.
I remember at first I also thought your name was Chase, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of people call you Chase now.
Yeah.
And pretty much everyone calls you Chase, right?
Just about.
Right?
Yeah.
And like how did you come up with the name Chase Aaron?
So Chase is one of my middle names.
Mm-hmm.
My name, actually, I don't want to give out my
Your whole name, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you don't got to.
Yeah, but Chase is one of my middle names.
Yeah.
And I was having a conversation with my stepfather at the time, and he said something. He was really big on like just names in general, like the power of names and numerology and things like that. But he just was like, why don't you, we were just talking about it. He was like, you're trying to figure out a name. Why don't you just take the Chase out of your name, put it in front of your name, and make people come after you? Like, why don't, it's like, man, why don't you make people Chase Aaron?
You were like
no, literally, my like 16, 15, I forgot how old I was.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, that's it.
So you've had that name for a while now.
Yeah.
Did you have any other artist names before that?
Yeah, that I will never discuss.
Damn, too whack or what?
Too terrible.
Too terrible?
Just, I took myself so serious, and it was so trash.
What, like one of the things that a lot of people don't see, like they'll probably listen to some of your songs now and be like, yo, this is dope. But like early on, I'm pretty sure same with everybody, regardless of where you're at, like everybody's made trash music at one point.
Nah, man, look.
You're like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No. I need people to understand, like, there's a reason that I sit up here and like my chest cocked up, like God, like I went through it, bro.
Yeah.
I made terrible music. Like I was trash. Like I got all the laughs. Like I got all he's garbage. Like I got people telling me I've like periodically it's gone from just I shouldn't make music at all to like I should only write songs to like I shouldn't sing to I shouldn't rap to.
So you've gotten that feedback. You've actually experienced negative reviews.
Oh, absolutely. All of everything, like all of the worst shit you could think of. Yeah.
That's crazy. Throughout that journey, what do you think kept you going and didn't stop you from continuing the journey? Because I know a lot of people, they hear one critique or one thing and they're just like, oh shit, all right, guess it's time to throw in the towel.
I really want it to be tight, man. Like a lot of people, like you got to think about what it means for you. Like at the end of the day, a lot of people don't really want to be tight, like in this shit. They just want to be in this shit. Like they just want to get money out of it.
A lot of people just want the accolades or like the results rather than the experience of all this and experiencing the process and enjoying the journey.
Yeah, like I'm here to be legendary. I'm not here to get a bag and you be like, oh, did you see Chase Aaron? He got the new like blue and gold grills. I don't know, bro. Like, there was a time where that shit mattered to me, and like, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, I'd rather make pants with my friends and like say this is our shit, and like, you know.
Yeah, fire pants.
Thank you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
No, yeah, but definitely, like, that's the one thing that I encourage others to think about, especially like every musician watching this right now, like especially the ones that are just getting started, is like there's a whole fucking journey of sucking, and it's just like like pause. Yeah. But yeah, there's that whole side of things that you never see, and like a lot of artists, most artists delete so many songs off their catalog. Like there's so many songs, like old YouTube videos or something, that people just bury. They're like, all right, let's delete this, burn it up, and make sure nobody ever finds it. And like, I'm pretty sure like Travis Scott and all these fucking other artists have like deleted it because they were smart. But like back in the day, like they probably have so much shit that they just fucking buried and burned because they didn't want nobody to know about it.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I have tons of projects that I've buried and burned that people back home ask me about because they know. But like, I'm so thankful that like,
Yeah. Were you on? were you on them Dat Piff days?
bro.
Is there stuff still up there
Yes, I have like YouTube music videos. Like
under a different name?
no, same name.
Oh, same name.
I'm still
Okay.
Chase Aaron. I was a rapping ass nigga before,
Yeah.
and like I was weird.
You said that was weird.
It was weird, but like I fucked with it, and this shit hard still to me. So like, if anybody got a problem with it, anybody want to run it, we can run it. It's just tight. Look, and that's how it's got to be. Like you gotta really fuck with your own shit,
That's true.
even if it's trash.
Yeah.
Even if you go back and listen to it and you're like, this is trash, go back and think about the moment, like how that shit made you feel back then.
Yeah, the
like,
moment that you make it is like,
yeah,
I think the more one grows in their life, the more, with anything, regardless, it just happens to music in this scenario, but like anything, like whenever you get better, like your old stuff is always going to be trash to you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's the point. Like that's what you want it to be.
exactly.
Like if you still think something from 5 years ago sounds fire, like either you've been good or like fucking you're not making any progress because like that's just the reality of it. And it's like I think it's all part of the journey, and it's just like just genuinely enjoy what you do, enjoy it, like do it because you like it, because you love it.
Exactly.
Like
Strictly for that. Like
strictly for the art.
yeah, because when you do it for that, like that's literally the people are always like, oh, how do I get better at this? How do I get better at that? Do it for you. That's how. Because like you're gonna do it to the standard that you set yourself at. Like I hate listening to the radio. So when I listen to the radio, I'm like, this isn't it. This is what I would do. I would have did this different. So when I go and make music, so I can stop bitching. I go and make music so like when I'm like listening to music with a shorty in the car or something like that, like I'm not like
You can vibe to it.
ear off about like what I would have done, you know? Like I just go make some shit and then play it for her, and then she fucks with it. It's like boom, bam, you know, you don't gotta worry about nothing at all. Fix all your problems right there.
No,
so like
that's true. Like you make music, you make music that you want, that you would personally listen to, and it's like there's a lot of people talking shit about the radio, but then whenever they're like, "Oh, what would you change differently?" They're like, "I don't know," or like they hit you with the "I don't know," or like,
what would you do?
Yeah, and it's like, like, but you could actually back it up and be like, "All right, this is exactly what I would do."
Yeah, and it's still annoying. Like, don't get it fucked up. It's still like I'm still an asshole. Like, it doesn't change. Like anybody bitching about anything that they're not doing is an asshole. Like, shut up. You don't have to. And it's a problem of mine.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to voice your opinions on things that you don't like.
I think that's true. Like everybody's so quick to, especially nowadays, like everybody tweets like, "Oh, that shit sucks. This shit, this whatever."
If it bothers you so much, don't give it energy.
Exactly.
That's me too. You know, I'm talking to myself.
There you go. I think a lot of times we need to remind ourselves, because no one is perfect, and it's like one moment we, as much as we'd like to think we know it all, or like, yeah, I'm beyond and above that, it's like we all have our moments, including myself, including everyone. It's just like we all have days where like as much good energy as we want to put out, as much as I'm like, yo, like be kind to the nearest person, to everyone near you. It's like there's days when I'll just be pissed off, or like or like I don't want to talk to anybody, and it's just like there's just those days. It's inevitable, and it's just like just acknowledging and being aware of that is what makes a difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like at the end of the day, we can put up a front and say we're always happy, but reality is like we're not. Like I actually want to take a second to talk about that, because like I remember back 2017, 2018, like I remember I've always, like for the last 5 years, I've been extremely optimistic. Like I've always been the dude that'd be like, yo, like anything is possible. Like, come on guys, like why are you guys depressed? Like let's fucking go get this shit. And then it's like, but throughout that, realizing that like, yo, like you're not always gonna feel okay, and I'd be fronting. Like I feel like a lot of times I was just fronting and just being like trying to keep up this image of like life is beautiful, which it is, but life is perfect, which it never will be. Like everyone has problems, like regardless of the guy who has the bag, the guy on Instagram flexing the Ferrari, like deep down inside, like he got his issues too, you know, like everybody got their own issues, bro.
Yeah, Biggie said more money, more problems. So if niggas is flexing, look, and this is my thing too. Like if you flexing, there's always a cover up.
Yeah, there's something you're hiding or something you're trying to
man,
make up for.
The people I know with money, and it's just like something I've been fortunate enough to see. Is like the people I know with money, they flex it in ways that only the people that matter see. You know?
Yeah. They're subtle. They're more subtle about it. Like half the people rocking Gucci out here don't like that's their rent money right there. Like they. Yeah, literally.
Stupid ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Go sit your ass. By the way, if you really want to like wear shit like that, my brother sells the shit. So like,
plug.
I got you. Like for real. That's how. If you are that type of person,
plug.
Yeah.
Back to the show. No,
hit me.
bro. Like honestly, like I admire the fact that. I love the way you phrase things. I like the mentality, and I think you're a very positive dude. Like as much as like things go through your head, I think the better word is vulnerable. You're very good at being vulnerable.
Yeah, I wouldn't say positive.
Yeah, vulnerable, and allowing the emotion because the same way you show your highs, you show your lows as well.
I'm glad that it translates because sometimes I'm not so sure. Sometimes I feel like. Maybe the lows are too much.
Growing up, who were like some of your favorite musical artists or influences that you had? Like one who really pushed the needle in your head, or who did you look at where you were like, damn, I want to make shit like that. I want to have that kind of influence.
Stevie Wonder. Greatest songwriter. Ever. The way, excuse me, the way he would construct his chord progressions. Disgusting. Prince.
You're like, that's all I gotta say. That's all you gotta say. No, yeah, but you like when the cameras were off right now, we played some of your older stuff, and this was like back in 2013. So around what time do you think you started making music? Like when was like that? Do you remember your first like recording ever of a song?
Yeah, I started making music sophomore year of high school. It was trash. Terrible.
You remember your first lyrics?
Hell no, fortunately. But you know what is crazy is I still like I've made friends that have stuck it out with me
throughout the journey.
Yeah, throughout that journey all the way up to now. And like I've seen their process of like go from being like Tumblr famous to being like in Beyonce music videos and stuff like that. And they've seen me like make really trash music to make like really fucking awesome music, you know? It's like
just everybody's seen the growth. I think that's a beautiful thing about like surrounding yourself with good people, you know, and like people that are actually doing something, you know, like I think deep down we can kind of tell who's really doing something and who's kind of just saying they're doing something.
Yeah.
And I think, like I definitely, you definitely look from day one, from what you showed me, like I could tell right away, like, all right, this guy's put in the hours, he's put in the work, like he has a history with all of this, you know? And it's like for all the future generations of musicians and artists that are listening to this, and maybe even 10 years from now, maybe someone's watching this in 10 years, right? And they're like, oh shit, Chase Aaron. They're like, I want to see what he was like early on. And like, you know, like maybe you're like fucking 40 and like you got... You know, at that time, you've already paved the way. You already got everything you ever wanted. And someone's looking back at your life story at this present moment in time. Like, what advice would you give to that youngin starting out?
Don't you ever fucking quit on what you want. Not don't quit in general. If you feel like you need to quit some shit because it doesn't fit what you want, quit. But don't quit on what you want.
Period.
Yeah.
Just stick to the process, and like if you really love it, like you'll find a way to make it happen. I think most of the people that quit are just the people that weren't really interested to begin with. Like they thought they were, but they just really didn't end up being so. You know?
Yeah, facts. And I mean, that was really extreme advice, but like, truthfully, I'm an extreme artist, and like, I think great artists are extreme artists. You know, and I think that's something we don't really see too much right now. We don't see too many artists going from one extreme to another extreme. That's why Kanye was so amazing. It's still
he pushed
so
those
amazing.
boundaries.
Yeah, Travis.
Yeah. They weren't afraid to get criticized because everything I remember when 808s and Heartbreak came out, like they criticized the fuck out of it. Now we look back at it, we're like, damn, this guy's a fucking legend. But back in the day, like everyone was questioning like the auto tune, like what is this man doing? And it's just like you don't appreciate like your new shit is never as good as your old shit until your old shit is your new shit or shit. I worded that wrong, but yeah. Some shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like people need time to appreciate what's there. Like people are always gonna look back at something back in the past and they're going to be like, oh, that was better. But it's just like to you, you know, as the artist, the one making something, you know that you've only been getting better, you know?
Exactly.
So it would suck to get worse over time. Like I don't think
you got to really try to get worse.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But with all the music that you're making right now, bro, like are there some kind of genres that you'd like to get into that you haven't tapped into yet? Are we going to hear a Chase Arian country album anytime soon?
Hey, yo, you might be in my head, bro. So like, what people don't know, I'm glad you. That's a really good question to ask me, someone who people may not be aware tackles so many different fields. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, we do have a country song.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not gonna expect it though. Like. Oh, it's funny as hell. Like, yo, it's so funny. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Like, I take myself too serious in music, man.
So you really went full on country as it can get.
Oh man, just wait till you hear this shit, bro. We're gonna do it right. We're gonna give it a visual and everything. It's gonna be.
You're gonna blow everybody out of the water.
Hell yeah.
I like it. For yourself at the moment, like. Within this next year, 2021, you know, hopefully things get better. Hopefully artists are able to tour again. Hopefully, you know, people, hopefully everybody can start touring, all these musicians and everybody, like, hopefully that's a possibility. But as of now, like, what's in your plans for 2021 as an artist?
I have some really cool international things coming. I've been working with some friends in Africa.
Nice.
We've been working on some really cool music that really allowed me to expand and broaden my horizons. I'm excited for people to hear that. I also have a movie that I've been writing to an album that has been finished for a year.
That's the thing you played me, I think, the first.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fire, by the way.
Thank you. I'm really excited about like getting that rolling. Definitely. Starting to like preview some of those things later in the year.
Yeah.
You know? I'm getting back into modeling. I'm gonna be acting. Maybe in something for someone else, but definitely writing. Just to, you know, kind of like just to practice character development and things like that. I'm really going to spend a lot more time in film this year, in 2021.
That's dope, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's good to be in different aspects of art, you know, and like just from looking at this room and like the, you know, just like the vision, like I could tell the vision, like even like I said, like when you were talking about that album of like, I remember you painting a pretty clear picture of like all these visuals of how you wanted to make a visual album movie. And you really wanted to execute all these things, and even like your content, like it has a certain feel and a certain look that you want to give off with all your content, you know?
Yeah. I used to say, well, I don't know anymore, but I like Tarantino. I think that he does Tarantino very well, and I always wanted a thing like that, you know. I think when people say they're inspired by Tarantino, they always go and do Tarantino. You know,
but they don't do themselves.
They don't have a thing to do. So my inspiration from Tarantino was to find my thing based on the Tarantino thing, you know? And now it's like you can see it, but you can't see it. And I think that's really cool. I kind of want to expand on that.
Top 3 movies, bro, right now. What are your top 3 movies of all time?
Natural Born Killers, Pulp Fiction, Cadillac Records.
The only one I've watched is Pulp Fiction.
They're not even my top 3. They're just the ones that came to mind. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't know what my top. I'll have to really think about
top 3 albums.
2. Oh God. Top 3 albums. Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack.
Ooh, fire.
Graduation. No, 808s and Heartbreak. And one of them Travis albums.
Which one?
That's bullshit.
You said that's bullshit.
I don't know, bro. I can't say mine because like I would have to say the name of the album.
But if you were to say one, you would say yours.
One of them would be mine for sure.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. Oh no. I go back. Stevie Wonder Characters album, Tame Impala, Currents, and mine.
Fire.
Yeah.
Where would you like to see yourself like 20 years down the line? What can you see yourself doing? Like paint a picture for the audience.
20 years.
What would you like to your life to be like? Or do you want it to be completely spontaneous? And do you want to like, are you just like, fuck it, wherever I end up, I end up?
In 20 years?
Yeah.
See, I'm 20. Nah, like, so I got this whole, like, I'm sort of shedding skin right now. Like, I'm dealing with shedding this wild, like, sort of these wild parts of myself that are kind of like, I just want to be free, you know, I just want to do whatever. Yeah. Like, and I'm coming into this space now where it's like, I want to be able to, have peace of mind. I want to be very realized. At 47, that's about where I'll be. I want to be in a space of, I want to be a guru. Like I was making a joke earlier, like I'm a musical monk. I spend so much of my time just in my studies of music and sound.
Just by your answers, like, and by like whenever I talk to you about like your favorite music and all these records in the room, like the modern day listener doesn't know any of these songs on the wall right here.
Yeah, and to be completely, I was telling you earlier, like these aren't even the songs that I would listen to if I were to like bring these artists up. I'm not privileged enough to have the pieces that I want, so I just made the most with these joints. But I got Richard Pryor on the wall, so like that's what's up. But yeah, man, like where were we even? Where are we going with that?
I don't know, but anyways, bro, like I think we're starting to feel that.
Oh, 20 years. You're saying,
Nah, I feel like we already went over this.
do we?
I don't know. I could be wrong. But
Yeah.
if, say, if you could go back in time and talk to the 10-year-old Aaron, what would you tell him?
10-year-old me? Ooh, boy. Find a therapist. Be very dead set. Learn the word therapist. Learn the words mental health. And then learn to badger your mother about it until she breaks.
Honestly, like on a serious note though, like I think the thing I love about modern day, even social media, is that we're finally really starting to push the envelope on mental health, and with all these things of meditation and all, everybody has their own form of coping with things, you know, and everybody has their own little strategy, whether it's meditation, whether it's fucking just even like literally, even I think yelling is low key, like probably, like I personally never really done it, been a yeller myself, but even just fucking yelling and letting it out is better than keeping all these emotions bottled up inside, you know? And it's like, I feel like finally we're getting to a point where we can be comfortable with ourselves and be honest and open up about all these things. Cause I think back in the day it was a lot scarier, and even today it's still scary, but it's just like now, the moment one person steps out, such as yourself, like I want, like honestly, thank you, and like I'm pretty sure a lot of people watching right now appreciate you opening up about all these things, because like it takes a certain amount of bravery, you know, to open up and be vulnerable with people, and it's just like that'll help out the future generations to be able to like say there could be something wrong with me, you know, and it's just like being open to the idea and the possibility, because you just never fucking know.
Yeah, and I wanted to be understood that like, it's not an easy process, except like it's not an easy thing to accept that there's nothing wrong. Okay. There's not a terminology to make it feel better. And that's the other thing. It's like what happened. And when we say there's something wrong, we use the connotation of like that's the thing that like really makes it a terrible thing, you know, like really makes it so like makes us kind of drive ourselves through the wall. It's like, there's something wrong with me. Fuck. Like I still do it to myself to this day.
And therefore I feel like we just make it worse. We kind of feed into it, right?
Yeah. It's like, I'm just not okay.
Yeah.
You know? And you could be okay with that. And truthfully, like, okay, if you are someone who, if it gives you comfort to say that, you know what, yeah, something's wrong with me, and like you admit that to yourself and makes you feel better so that you can, you know, do what you need to do, by all means. I don't like to say that about myself. I'm working on not saying it about myself because I feel like a superhuman, truthfully. And I do feel like I have to learn how to harness this capability to be on one extreme or another.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like I feel like it gives me a certain level of empathy that maybe a lot of people cannot acquire.
Yeah,
you know,
facts.
But I have to be able to be in that space.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It was awesome taking this time, bro, to talk to you. I feel like we got a good amount that we got an opportunity to talk about. Where, for everyone watching right now, where can everybody follow you, bro?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Chase Aaron. That's ChaseAaron, and then _
Aaron.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, but honestly, guys, like tune into him. Like he has a lot of dope shit on the way, and like honestly, like definitely one of the best artists I've met out here so far. Like I can genuinely say that.
Jeez, that's amazing, man. Thank you.
Yeah, but thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and go hug your mom.
Yeah, fuck with me.
Or your dad, or hug the next person you see right now.
Hug yourself.
There you go. Hug yourself. Till next time.